If you're an agency in Europe or even international, so USA, Canada, Australia, no matter where you are around the world, or you offer any sort of SaaS solution, you should stop only targeting the US market, simply because that market is flooded with competition. Everyone around the world is targeting US businesses, and competition increases month by month. What if I told you there are markets that you could target that have businesses with the same or even higher buying power than the US, with way less competition and has untapped potential? Sounds amazing, right? This is what I'm going to show you in this video. So the market I'm referring to is the European market. The European market has 27 countries. They have millions of businesses. Most of these businesses have outdated systems. So for example, maybe they're still using Excel to track their leads. They don't have proper CRMs. They don't have proper automations. They don't have this. They don't have that. But the beauty about this market is that it's not flooded with agencies or software solutions that are targeting their problems. So this means that there's a huge gap in the market and you can fill it. What you can do as an agency, as a SaaS, you can take high-level features, you can translate them, and then sell it to the EU market. So let me break down how you can sell Go High Level SaaS or provide a service with a software in the EU. So first of all, you will need a website. The name, you can ask ChatGPT, you can type, hey, I want to build this type of solution, this type of service, blah, 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 in the French market, right? So give me a name. And then ChatGPT is going to give you a list of names. You choose the one you like, and then you purchase the domain. Now, when you go and purchase the domain, of course, you can use a .com domain, which is international. But if you're targeting the EU, I will advise you, based on the country you want to target, to have that country's specific domain. So, for example, if you're targeting France, it would be ideal that you have .fr domain. So you have the name of your software or the agency, .fr. So if you're targeting the Italian market, you have the name of your agency, the name of your SaaS, .it, okay? And then same for Germany, and then Spain, and so on and so forth. Now, I tell you to do this because in Europe, there's a different culture. So if people see that a website finishes with their own country domain, they're more willing to trust it. If you're American, I know it may sound weird, but hey, this is how it works. I mean, of course, as I said, you can even use a .com, but it would be ideal if you use that country-specific domain. Secondly, of course, you white label, go high level, you choose the features that you need, and then you translate those features. Now, to translate the features, you can either go on Depot, you can use AI, whether Claude, ChatGPT, whatever you want, or if you want that extra layer of security, you can hire a freelancer on Fiverr or Upwork, and then they can translate the features. But you can do a great job with AI, right? If you tell the AI, hey, I'm building this software solution, I want the name of this feature to be translated in this language, and it needs to sound professional, the AI is going to do it for you. So you have these three options here. It's really up to you. So the third step is going to be to create the website. Now, you can do it yourself or you can hire a freelancer. Once again, be smart. If you're doing it yourself and you do not know the language, help yourself with AI. If you hire a freelancer, you're going to spend a little bit, but it's going to get the job done. So this also is really up to you. Now, fourth step is the team. Of course, this depends on the solution that you are providing. So if you are providing a service with the software and you need to jump on call with people to sell them, to show them demos, you will need a sales rep that speaks the language, understands the culture, and understands high level. You can go on Upwork, you can go on Fiverr, and you can find this type of people. So let me say you are targeting the French market. You can go on Upwork and type in, hey, I'm looking for an expert in high level that speaks French. Okay, and then on Fiverr you can type something like French go high level expert. You'll find them. And then you will need a customer success manager. The job of this person is going to be to onboard and assist the clients. So once your sales rep closes the deal, your customer success manager comes in, onboards the clients, build anything the clients need, and then assist them. This depends on the solution you want to provide for the market, but 80% of the time you will need these two people if you don't understand the language, right? Because if you understand the language, you can start even just by yourself, right? And then once you start making a little bit more money, you can hire people. But if you don't understand the language, maybe you already having a successful SaaS in the US or internationally, and then you want to expand in the EU market, at least you need these two people. And then the fifth step is the marketing, right? How are you going to get these clients? My number one advice is to run paid ads, right? So you can get creatives done, once again, Upwork, Fiverr, agencies, whatever you're comfortable with. If you're already running a successful SaaS in another market, you can reuse the same creatives. Of course, change the language, adapt it to the language of the market that you are targeting, and then run ads to acquire leads, get those leads to book call. Your sales rep is going to do the demo, and then your customer manager is going to onboard them. If you don't want to go on with the paid ads method, you can try the Google Maps method. So which is going on Google to find businesses and then offer your service to them. It can work, but it's a very long process. So I advise to run paid ads, or you can even do cold calls. But once again, my number one option is paid ads, right? Because we are business owners here. We want to optimize our time. We don't want to spend our time in calling people. We want to leverage our time to scale our business, right? So these are all the steps you need to take. So name and domain, leverage ChatGPT, get a local domain, white label GHL, translate the features, build a website, build a team, and then run the marketing. Now, if you want to go more in depth on strategies to sell to the EU, you can join my school community. I'll have a section where I dive deep into teaching you how to properly place your service or your SaaS in the EU market. If you're interested, just join my school community. How to choose the type of service or SaaS to sell in this market. So my number one advice is to go on High Levels Level Up Awards. Under the SaaSpreneur award, you see a bunch of businesses. So you'll see gold tier, platinum tier, diamond tier. Now, the gold tier, these are all businesses that have more than 100 users. So they're pretty successful businesses. The platinum tier over here, they have more than 500 users. The diamond tier, these are the big guys. They have more than 1,000 active users on the platform. So this means all of these businesses here have more than 1,000 people paying them every month for their software solution. And all the software solutions are powered by High Level. So what are you going to do as a smart business owner? What you will do is do a research on each one of these businesses and then bring them to the EU market. I've done a video where I break down the type of stuff that you can sell with High Level. You can check it out. I'm going to put the card on top here. I'm going to put that video in the description as well, so you can take a look and then try to understand the type of SaaS that you can build with High Level. But this is another method. Like, these are the big guys, right? So if they're here, that means they're doing something right. So if what they're doing is working, most of them are in the USA. If they're working in the USA, it's going to work in the EU as well. So if you're smart, what you will do is that you do research on these companies here, and then you see what you like, and then you take it into the EU market. Because as we said, the EU market has less competition. There are millions of businesses, and most of these businesses have outdated system. So they can benefit from High Level's features. You can do your own research, see what's working for others in other markets, and then bring it to the EU market. If you're already running a successful SaaS, just bring the same thing in the EU market. Select the market. Later on, I'm going to show you the top markets. But hey, bring the same thing you're already having success in and then expanding in a new market. If you want help with that, you can book a call with me. I have a team of guys all around Europe that can help you expand your business. So if you're interested, book a call. Link is going to be in the description. So as I said, take what's working in the US market and then bring it into the EU. So by doing this, you're opening doors to a new profitable market, because the EU market is rich, right? These businesses have money to spend. If you break it down, everything starts in the US, and then after a couple of years, it arrives in the EU. Okay, if you are one of the first that's able to capitalize on a trend that's in the US and you bring it to the European market, you're going to make a lot of money from it. US has influence on the world. You can't really do anything about it. The only thing you can do is be smart, see what's working here in the US, and then bring it to the European market. You have way less competition than in the US, and the purchasing power of these EU businesses is similar to the US or even more. So yeah, this is a great opportunity. So let's see the top markets in the EU. Number one, we have the German market, the Dutch region. This region here, they all speak German. So you have Germany, you have Switzerland, you have Austria. 60% of the people in Switzerland speak German. So if you create a SaaS in German, you can target these 3 countries. And in total, these 3 countries have over 4.4 billion businesses. These are very rich countries. So the businesses here have money to spend. Germany, Switzerland, Austria, they're very rich countries. You have 4.4 million businesses here you can target. Now let's break this number down a little bit. Let's say you offer your software for 297 euros a month, of course, because you are in the Europe market, so you need to offer your service in euros. So with just 100 businesses, which is the 0.00002% of this 4.4 billion businesses, you're making 30K per month. 30,000 euros, which is probably $35,000 per month with just 100 businesses. And I can assure you, you will find businesses, you find a lot of businesses that are willing to pay $297 a month for Go High Level's features. So for example, you offer a CRM plus specific marketing automations, appointment scheduling, and all of this good stuff. Businesses are going to pay 297 euros a month just to have that system running for them. As I said, most of these businesses are still using Excel to track leads and they're following up manually. So if you bring cool innovations to them, they're going to jump on board. With 500 businesses, that's a 0.0001% of this 4.4 million businesses, you're making $150,000 per month with a software. How insane is that? I'm just talking about software, right? Like I'm not even talking about charging like a service fee, just with 297 software fee. With 500 businesses, you're making $150,000 a month. With 1,000 businesses, you're making 300,000 euros per month. Now, to reach this number of users here on your SaaS in the EU market is much simple. I'm not saying it's easier, but it's much simple because there's not a lot of competition. So this is the top market, in my opinion, the German market. After that, we have the Dutch region, the Dutch market, right? So you can target the Netherlands and Belgium because both countries speak in Dutch. Okay. Now, same thing here. If you're selling your software for 297 euros a month, with 100 businesses, you're making 30,000 euros. 500 businesses, 150,000, and then 1,000 businesses, you're making 300,000 euros. Now, these numbers here are very, very achievable, right? Now, if you see here, all of these businesses here, as I said, most of them are targeting the US market. All of them have more than 1,000 plus users, and the average cost of these softwares are anywhere between $99 to $300 or $400. So if these softwares are working in the US market, if you bring them in the EU, they're going to work regardless. The EU is a really untapped market, and I don't really see people talking about this type of opportunity, maybe because they don't know, but the EU market in terms of selling Go High Level software solutions is really untapped opportunity. So let me show you some example of SaaS that are crushing it in the EU market. So we have FunnelSpot. As you can see, it's in the German market, and what they offer is a platform for online coaches and creators, right? So they can host their coaching, they can host the courses, but it's built on high level. So all of the features that they're offering, you'll find it on high level. This is the classic funnel that everyone shows, and they're pricing the software for 97 euros a month. And these guys are here in the diamond tier of the SaaSpreneur Awards. See, FunnelSpot GmbH. So this means that they have 1,000 plus active users. If you do 1,000 times 97 euros, that means every month they're averaging 100,000 euros just from the software. These are features that you can offer too. They didn't have to build anything from scratch. They didn't have to do anything crazy. They're literally just white labeling high level. So let's see the registration. So as you can see what they offer: domain, website, funnel, form, CRM, email marketing, automations. I don't understand German, so I don't know what they're saying, but you can recreate something like this. They offer 14-day free trials, and then it's a 97 euros a month. So imagine coaches, consultants, or creators in Germany that don't really speak English, but they want a platform where they can build their funnels, the website, and CRM and stuff like this. They won't go to Go High Level because they don't understand English. But Go High Level is only in English. So what you do is you take Go High Level, you translate the features, you create a nice website, just like FunnelSpot did, and then you offer it to the market. Simple. And then you just build 100,000 euros a month business. That's 1.2 million a year. And the only cost they have is the Go High Level's white label option, which is $500 a month, and their marketing costs. But they probably having like 70 to maybe 80% profit margins. Who would say no to that? Another example is delera.io. So basically what they do is they offer CRM and marketing automations for small businesses. They're in the Italian market. So as you can see, everything is in Italian here. They list all the features that they're offering and what type of software it replaces. Overall, well branded, very simple to understand. These guys are selling the software for 197 euros a month, and then they have a custom pricing for a premium tier. These guys also are on the diamond tier here. As you can see them, they're here. So let's do 197 times 1,000 people. That's almost 200k euros a month. White labeling High Level, they're making 200,000 euros a month. It's insane, guys. Do you see where the opportunity is? So these are the High Level awards of 2024, and as you can see, delera was in the gold tier. So gold tier was 100 users, right? So in a year they went from 100 users to more than 1,000. You see where the opportunity is. In less than a year, they were able to add 1,000+ users. It's super insane. This shows you that there's a lot of opportunity in the EU market. And they're targeting only the Italian market, which is one of the smallest market in the EU, okay? And they're able to generate 200k per month. And the only thing they're doing is white labeling High Level and selling it to a specific country. Now, my last example is Zolotium. Right? What they do is very interesting. So basically, they sell AI agents to businesses. So whether voice or text AI agents, they serve the Spanish market. And one thing about the Spanish market is that you can target countries like Spain and the whole South of America because they all speak Spanish. They're pricing their software for $175 a month, or like the premium tier, which is 1.5. So these guys are in the platinum tier, so they have more than 500 users. So even if we keep ourselves very low, so we calculate $175 times 500 users, that's gonna be almost $90,000 a month, which is equivalent to $1 million a year. Here I did a mistake, but hey, it's a year, okay? $1 million a year. Over here as well, $2 million a year. So this is a great opportunity, guys. Don't only focus on the USA market. The world is vast. There are a lot of businesses around the world. There are a lot of different markets you can target. These guys are making 100,000 euros a month just by selling website, landing pages, and email marketing to coaches and creators. The opportunity here, it's insane. These guys are in one of the smallest markets in the EU and they are making 200k a month. The opportunity is there. Expand your horizons. Try to target different countries. The setup is very simple. As I showed you here, this is all you need to start selling in the EU. If you need help, you can book a call with me. If you want to get started selling in the EU, book a call with me. As I said, I have a team that can help you. I have the infrastructure that can help you set up your SaaS or your service and then start selling in the EU. If you want to get started, book a call with me. If you want to learn how you can sell SaaS by yourself in the EU, join my school community. I dive deep in details there. So this is it, guys. EU markets is a great opportunity. I've showed you the blueprint. Now it's up to you. Be smart, leverage this opportunity here because it's not going to be like this forever, right? Right now you have less competition, but maybe in a year time, the market will be flooded. So the sooner you start, the better it's going to be. Thank you for your attention if you stayed to now. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you put a thumbs up. You subscribe to the channel. I'm going to drop more value videos. join my school community or book a call if you want to get started immediately. And as always, work smart, stay blessed, and see you in the next one.